All right, let's party. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? There we go. Let me say hello to all the nice people. How you doing, Moss? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, horror loving? Nice. How you doing, Zetai? How you doing, Matthew? Hold on. One, two, three. Supremely nice. And how you doing, Dino? How you doing, Seriously? How you doing? Oh yeah, everybody loves the garlic dudes. I might be doing some more. I'll explain an idea for later. How you doing, Baconator? How you doing, Fuan? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, the Centaur guys. I don't even remember what the Centaur guys look like. I oh yeah. So there's I think I know what you're talking about. There's a 3D printed set from Dragon, like Dungeon Keepers. I don't know. It's like Dungeon or Dragon Keepers. How you doing, Steve? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where their joke was that they had reverse centaurs with the lower body of a man, the upper body of a horse. I just took those and I cut off the horse bit, so it's like a man horse man. This was a while back. Those are I Turnip is a lot of fun to do stuff with. I've been enjoying the fuck out of it. Yeah, I don't have the. Let's see. Actually, maybe I could look that up. I could probably look up that STL real quick. Well, let me check my library before and then I'll get going on the painting and letting everybody know. Let's see. Verse. Okay. I think they sold them individually. This is the box I got. You might be able to use this to like reverse engineer where to get the STL, but this is the set they came from. I believe they also pieced those out as individual releases. But yeah, today I'm going to be working on some rats. I would like to get some of these guys done for a. I don't know when if Mordheim will ever be real locally, and I'm okay with that. But it's just, I figure I might as well have a Mordheim warband as a middle-aged man. If you do minis, you eventually get into Mordheim stuff. Codex out. The curse minis are not are like the flesh nuts from fucking Fox Warrior, who is the greatest. That's still my most popular. But yeah, hopefully you guys have had a good day. I actually got to play Trench Crusade. It's been a while. I got to do my first games of the first like Trench Crusade's formally out. Like the current edition of Trench Crusade is straight up like version 1. Trench Crusade Real now, which is really really cool. And it's been nice. It's not like a crazy big change. Like nothing in there is too buck wild. I was going to dry brush this a bit more. I don't think that's going to be the way to go. I got Nintendo. How you doing? Welcome. But it's basically just a couple of small refinements, and they kind of cleaned up. I feel like they cleaned up the wording a lot. That makes things a lot easier to parse, which I think is really really cool. And it was pretty good. The first game, it was a tie. We were doing basically to introduce some new scenarios that are like very strange. I guess I've never quite really seen them. That's like they're like one of them is straight up the one where there's these piles of poisonous like ichor in the middle of the stage, and you got to suck them up. But also there's these bombs that if you detonate, you cause the beast underneath to begin just to like thrash and knock everyone down. That one I got tied on because of some like it was New Antioch versus me playing Grail. It was like that was a pretty even back and forth game. The second game I played was my friend was doing Heretic Legion that was all basically all anointed versus my Sultanate, and I could not puncture armor to save my life. I had characters with armor like stuff that got around heavy armor, and they just got killed by heavy flamethrowers and artillery witches, which is fucking brutal. How you doing, Bunk? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can, I mean, you don't have to wait for Path of the Beast to have me as a leader. I think personally, I would probably fit even better in like the Grail as a Lord of Tumors, maybe potentially. I don't know how Path of the Beast would really be. Prussian, hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. Prussian seemed pretty rad. Yeah, it was. Oh wait, did they force the fire team? I play as the person who kind of forgets about the fire team stuff. Which the thing is, the fire team is like really really good. The fire team's really really good, but I notice that like whenever I play with new Antioch players, they do seem to forget it a lot, which is a shame because it's like their special like really really good rule. How you doing, Shadow? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Really any sub faction. I think me with Dirge would be fun actually. I think Dirge with me as a Plague Knight would be pretty baller. But yeah, but otherwise it was pretty good. Um my tabletop game was canceled for tonight, so I had a little bit of extra free time, which I forgot what that was like. That's why I'm so like overloaded that I'm an extra 2.5 hours. Oh, what will I do? I use it to like take care of some like basic errands and stuff. It's nice. It was nice. Uh, Also, I read a little bit of manga. I finished up. I've read this before, but it was that like my lesbian experience with loneliness. I did end up. I got the newer book from that, so I want to go back and read the other ones because I tend to forgore. And I just got to her second book, which is the one where she's doing like a solo exchange diary, which is kind of neat. How you doing, Jay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? No, so you activate both. Oh, okay. I'll need to point that out because we're at that stage where like we know like the morale changes and like the pickup games being 800 instead of 900 ducats. Like those are the kind of things we mostly caught on to. I'm sure there's a bunch of little tiny little changes that are all over the place. We met them near their intent. No, 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 no. That one does not pass muster. That one does not pass muster. If you had to drop a paragraph to make that work, no, no. How you doing, Lunar? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? I'm finding this pun wanting. How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, it has been good. It's been good. Also, enjoy your lurk, yo. Enjoy your lurk. Also, I have given Nazuna Mama cash money, so she is beginning to start. Luckily, she's like, do you want to do like halfsies on the new outfit?" I'm like, "Yay, that sounds great." That's honestly, there's so many times like over the years that I would not have gotten any like VTuber stuff if it wasn't like, yeah, you could do this in piecemeal, which is very very nice. It's a very risky thing for artists to do. So it's like if they offer that, let's say they really trust you or they're just like a really cool artist. There we go. Hey, let's go, let's go. I want to use garlic for my full tokens, but I still need to put together mine in general. Usually dry brush this, but the thing is, like, this is too small for like dry brushing. I'll think that. There we go. It's worse in all the best ways. Well, you might as well go for it. What's the thing? It's like shoot for the moon, so at the very least you end up amongst the stars. Wait, there you go. Man, I got all three of these done. Kind of legitimately surprised. Yeah, they seem pretty good. I do want to do that. I also there's like a bunch of those like there's a bunch of turn up cults that I have not given a chance to go yet because and they're just like not common in our scene. Oh, okay, okay. I'll live my life in fear till then. But yeah, there's basically like all the mercenary cults, a lot of the expansion cults, like the ones that are still kind of like very work in progress. I'm sad because I just started to print out the new horses. I just started printing out the new horses. How you doing, Fuber? Welcome, welcome, welcome. My so apparently whenever I did my resin like printer fix, I guess I just didn't give the FEP enough slack because it's still it's having new issues now. Which so I just really want to print some backpacks, man. I just want to print some jump jet backpacks for my horse heresy lads. Everything is pain. This entire process has been pain, and I will not have time. I did not have time today to fix that. Yeah, the new brigands. I got the where are you? Oh, my desk. Where's the? Oh, there we go. Yeah, the new brigand cav, they're much smaller. I think they're supposed to like be whelp cav, but like they're nice. There we go. This is the default a body a head one, and I really like it. It's a good start. I still want to make some turn up rough riders. So I was like, oh, so I'm originally gonna do like the bigger calf, but the other cavalry for like the bastard calf is fucking gigantic. And I'm like, I think this is too big. I think this is too big for the Rough Riders I want to do. I know Rough Rider with big horses like not necessarily bad. I'm like, no, I get. I should definitely do that. I should definitely do a smaller haunts. How you doing, Spork? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm working on rat today. Good. I got all three of these rats, and then I also got I do got these rats as well. So like I might be getting some rat with my rat. I don't know what order I'm gonna do everything in. I'm probably just gonna alternate back and forth as I see fit. I think all the little throwy bits. Oh yeah, let me do a little dry brushing on the. You do a little bit of dry brushing on the rock. Switch over. I did see the new Magoth models, and they're all very good. I think the only one that I'm not like 10 out of 10 standing ovation is the Blight Kings. And that's honestly, I think for me, the previous Blight Kings was one of my favorite kits of all time. And I kind of liked that they were a bit more generic Nurgle Warrior, if that made any sense. But like the new like Rot Blades basically are very like kind of what I would want anyway. So it's like overall, I'm still pretty happy about it. I'm pretty happy about it. I'm hoping that those don't come out until at least sometime next year. Like like I would kind of want like summer next year would be cool. I have so many projects and like things I'm spending money on that it's like I cannot pick those up in my life right now, but I want them. They look very very neat. They look very 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 neat. Overall pleasant surprise. I was like, oh, we're gonna get like the Cursed City, and we're gonna like Magoth are gonna get nothing Maggotkin. God damn it. I was thinking the lords. There we go. But like I was like, oh, they're gonna get some new models for the Cursed City, and that's gonna be it, and that's gonna be cool. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get some cool models from the Cursed City, and they're like, oh yeah, basically full range refresh, but also full range refresh with a bunch of cool shit that like you were not expecting. Oh yeah, that's a very cool. I have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord and a Chaos Sorcerer Lord and Terminator armor and the Lord of Virulence that are made out of those bits plus the appropriate like Terminator bits from the Leviathan box. You can get a lot done that way. It's pretty great, pretty legit. Spicy batters they are. And I'm just kind of realizing how much the overlap between Chaos Dwarves and Iron Warriors is. It is a non-true like not like aesthetic or anything, mostly just like ideologically to like like I guess Chaos Dwarves use they have like a little bit of mutation, not like a crazy amount. Not like a crazy amount for the this one of those ones. Also, how you doing? How you doing, 14? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Came back from the store to playing games and having a good old time. Oh god, yeah, the fucking Captain Titus. I sort of didn't really pay attention to the fact that there's also like his retinue has just like like basically not I mean they are Imperial Guard, but they're like very like Roman Imperial Guard, and people are like, oh shit. I do like the amount of people that like this is not their fault. This is just kind of how 40K is now. They're like, oh man, I really like the idea of Imperial Guard, but based off of like historical periods. I'm like, buddy. I know G Dubs have done you dirty with like Cadians and like when people think Krieg, they don't think like what's this was it? Krieg is a very like World War One sort of like army, but I feel like for the most part, Krieg is not considered to be part of a long line of Imperial Guard as like historical army, but with las guns. I don't know if people really process that super huge these days. Yeah, yeah. FDM printers like the tricky thing is like once you get a FDM like a resin printer for minis, the FDM printer, unless you're using like people do print like organizational stuff and other things in a FDM printer, but it really does change the scope. Really does change the scope. I mean I've never tried to print minis in my FDM printer, but also like I got resin. Well, I had resin. Now I gotta fix it. But that's just that's like every now and then the idea that's like mini 3D printing is a whole hobby into itself. And sometimes I don't buy that. And sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a bit of it. Like, I wouldn't say like a gatekeeping thing, but sometimes it's an exaggeration. But then also when you have to like unscrew a bunch of screws in order to fit stuff in there, like when I have to basically like unscrew like 30 screws so I can get my FEP replaced. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they need to go like even that far back. I just think even like the like I think it's just as the over the years, like there's plenty of guard regiments that do get mentioned, but I think just the ones that have like any amount of spotlight have really shrank. I think that's part of the like the put on my tinfoil hat is that I feel like back in the day, a lot of people who were doing Imperial Guard were like, "What if I just put las guns on my historical minis?" And for a certain generation, that was cool. I was like, Baconator, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Oh, that reminds me of a fun thing too. But now it's like, no, you can't do that. You can't take historical minis and put las guns on them. That's not G-Dub's kosher. So we're not gonna let you do that. So I do wonder if that's where the sort of de-emphasis of that is, and maybe even why Krieg was sort of like dredged out of like a soft retirement because like, oh yeah, no, we need a couple more guard flavors, and faceless grunt with gas mask is kind of like this is no shade to Krieg. This is not even a bad thing at all, but like faceless guy with gas mask is like one of those like a lot of people are on that shit. Like they love that. That is a one of their top 10 aesthetics. So it makes sense to be like, well, fuck, we gotta really like pushing that more. What your sub reminded me of though. So yesterday, I mentioned the sweatpants. So basically, I when I was getting ready to do some errands yesterday before stream, uh, the delivery like Amazon driver was like, "Well, here's a package." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I didn't, and then they're like, "Well, sign for it." I was like, "Okay." I was like, and I thought it was like a real weird throne thing or something. Apparently, that was my neighbors. Apparently, what happened is that the delivery guy totally botched like saying who it was. So I thought he said my name, but apparently not. Because I was just loading stuff to go to work, not work. I was going to play games at the shop, and the guy was like, "Hey, you get a package yesterday?" And I was like, "Oh, the sweatpants." I just rolled out with them. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, well." Luckily, I didn't like put them on or wash them or anything. I just left them in a pile, and I was just like, "Okay." Because I didn't quite know what to do with them yet, but there we go. They are no longer in my possession. They are now back to where they belong. Oh, Blackout Down diorama does sound neat. Once again I do. One of these days I will go to Warhammer World. I don't know how or when. Maybe that's one of those things that like I gotta get big enough as like a VTuber or YouTuber or whatever, so I can write that off as a tax thing. I know some people do that where it's like my trip to Warhammer World, and like not entirely subsidize it off your stuff, but you can partially write that off. You can write off some things as a business trip. It's fun. This little rusty little dagger. I'm not gonna do the whole rust effect. Oh yeah, replacing 3D printer parts is a whole lot of like brain drain. So I totally understand where you're coming from. Ooh, hmm. I'm gonna do Tundra Talpe, and I'm gonna try to start picking out that little bit. Okay, whatever. I'll use the same color, and I'm gonna start picking up the buboes in the back bows. Oh, that's actually like proper runny now. Nice, that's good. Like it when it's got a bit of a run. Hell yeah. Let me take a sip too. No, Jay, you just did the same joke. You just use intense again. No, bad. No, 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 no. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, but no, 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 no. I thought it was gonna be something different. Please alter it further. You're recycling your bits, old man. Hmm. Oh yeah, someday, Warhammer World will be mine. It's like really runny, but what I had to do is just really get those. I feel like an intricate series of nubbins on his back, so this is gonna require like okay, there we go. It is showing up. I don't get this. I do because like this is originally where his horn was going to be at. So I chopped it off. So maybe what I'll do is because it's got like a weird texture, I just really just kind of dress it up as like yeah, this is like a big, like almost like a something that was like once a big bubble that burst. Like if I could get like a big burst effect on there that recycles his minis. What do you mean I recycled my minis? None. I would argue that I paint very regularly new minis. I only recycled a couple minis on Instagram, and it's because I gave them new bases. Have a good night, yo. Take it easy. The crowd on Twitch is scary. Wait, what? For in general, or you mean like Howbud viewers? I don't I don't think so. I know that there's, like, a reputation for Twitch being especially bad, and maybe the greater Twitch ecosystem is. At least for you nerds, I have, like, zero issues whatsoever, which is really, really nice. Once again, I do think there's, like, a certain, like, neckbeard, like, defensive bubble that really shields me from, like, the real shitty stuff. Like, I'm not playing, like, fucking, like, Fortnite or, like, Minecraft or League of Legends or whatever. Get a bit more out. Oh, yeah, let me do Dirty Gray. I'll do a big shake on that. But I'm curious what you mean that the Twitch crowd is scary. I would like to know what's leading to that thought. Like a couple bumps on the leg, which are not proper bumps. Some of the leg bumps are straight up like supports that just didn't really go away. If I treat them like little, basically fine. Or not that. Oh, just Jay in particular. Oh yeah, no Jay is terrifying. That's fair. That's totally understandable. I get it. Yeah, I mean the thing is like so weirdly enough, hold on. My rat has nipples, and I guess I could also just paint them like weird and sickly. Um, every now and then I get recommended Dead by Daylight videos, and from what I understand that like I kind of joke about the idea that like League is built in a way to make everyone upset, but it generally does feel like that's true for Dead by Daylight. Like I don't think anyone like I think people really like the idea of the game, but the actual game itself just seems to be nothing but just like designed to make people pissed. Even back I've played it a couple times, but it was mostly like some of my VTuber friends in the early days of me being a VTuber. I used to be more active and like because like, there used to be like smaller discords I was part of, and they'd just like be like, "Oh yeah, we want to like play games and stuff." Like, "Oh yeah, sure." I had a bit more free time back then, so I'd say yeah, and I was just like, "Oh no, this is." Because the thing that was always weird to me, it's like, okay, there's like a weird dynamic where there's like almost unspoken rules that like if you do them, you're an asshole. But it feels like a lot of times the game is like, "Oh yeah, no, you should do it that way." Mm. And how you doing, Muckrin? Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, I think it's just I think for the have you ever seen those like things? It's like one nerd like telling another nerd that he's stupid and that he dislikes them. Uh, I think a lot of the Twitch YouTube beef is like that. I think YouTube people tend to like as a broad category tend to think a lot of people on Twitch are just like 2 year olds and everyone. It's very similar for like Twitch people onto YouTube stuff. It's because like there was a weird thing where it's like Hololive is doing like a Twitch promo crossover thing, and there are people that are like, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna be nothing but children and people just like shitting their pants and screaming," and I'm like, "My guy, have you seen some YouTube comments out there? Listen, all my YouTube viewers, you guys are great. I really don't really have any issues, and if I do, I just eject someone." Um, but like some people are just like straight up, just think everybody is I don't know, very very strange. Oh, let's see. Tabletop game. I feel like there's gotta be World War II. There's already World War II games with mechs, I think. That probably you might wanna it's not exactly World War II. You might like, I think it's coming out, so it's like Oil and Iron. It's a mech game that I kickstarted recently. It seems really, really neat. That might be something you're into. How you doing, Silk? Otherwise, I don't know. I'm pretty content on, like, franchise games. How you doing, Legerman? Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, I think the tricky thing for me, like the worst I've had from YouTube is that like YouTube, the way the what's it called? The way that like YouTube and Twitch recommend you to other people is very different. Sometimes I'll show up in some people's sidebars, and then sort of the big recommendation tool is like, "Oh, are you browsing this category?" YouTube is more likely to suggest you to randos, and then also there is a tagging system that kind of works. So a lot of times we'll be like, "Oh, I get recommended to people on YouTube that have no idea what VTubers are," and that can get some like really, really, really weird shit. I still remember a comment someone's like, "You're doing a real terrible job of your voice. Like, you got to try harder if you want your voice to sound like a woman." I'm like, My guy. It's me, the guy. Buddy, I know you saw VTuber with long hair and you're like, I'm just gonna pull out like a generic insult, but I'm like, you fucking missed the mark on that one, buddy. Or two. I stretched and hydrated. Can do it again though. How you doing, UHL? Welcome. See, every now and then I'll get those people primarily on YouTube. I don't really get that on Twitch, but I think Twitch is like mostly just people who are like, oh shit, someone's doing mini painting, and they'll check that out. They're like, oh okay. I don't got a lot of people coming in from the street on the Twitch side, which I think is that usual. It's like, well, Twitch is good for when you're live, but you got to do some off stream stuff to get people to pop in, which I've been really bad at that. I've been really, really bad at that. I'm sort of just like generic, like gangrenous areas. It is me, the green princess, the flattest woman. That's me. that's me 100%. You know, this guy's back lump is actually coherent enough that I could probably just get away with leaving it alone. But it do be funny like that sometimes. It's generous with the green as well. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't think there's that much of a difference between the two platforms, really, when it comes to viewers. It's just kind of like, you know, different pockets and different interests and whatnot. Hold on. Didn't check this guy's leg. Got like a couple. Oh yeah. I can do is I can just gangrene up that fucking leg and just gangrene up that fucking leg, and then that ways it'll when eventually those will just like little dots. Yay, there we go. Leaning in. Got little dots as well. Couple. Oh yeah, fuck, hold on. All these guys also have like exposed. There's like a little. I don't know why. There's consistently a little bit of exposed bone, like right here. Just similar little bits. They kind of actually kind of dig in. Just take it. Oh, hold on. There's a whole bunch of over here. Fuck. I'll just. I'm finding that the more that I spread the green around, the more I'm kind of digging this. Still leave a lot of the skin, but just like the more kind of diseased I can get there, the better. Let's fucking go, baby. Maybe let me double check. Let's go back. I'm not seeing it. If you want to reiterate the question, I think I might have lost it. Yeah, there we go. Get this guy's leg as well. Yeah, sometimes I'll miss individual questions when chat gets fast. So if you wanna repost that, go nuts, nuts. And paint mason bases separately. I think painting the mini off the base for as long as you can is the way to go. Like at this stage, I've glued these guys to their bases, but some of the earlier stages, because I find that there's always going to be like little bits and pieces that are just going to be a pain in the dick if you glue them directly. Now there are some benefits to going directly. Like if you glue directly to the base, that means that the mini is pretty much ready to go. For like, oh yeah, I would like to like if you're the kind of person, and I do this too, where it's like this mini is work in progress, I would still like to take this to the shop and like play some games. That's the way to go. But like otherwise, if you want to like make sure you get into all the folds, you're probably going to get your best bet off with painting the mini off base as much as you can. Way more in there. How you doing, Kelly? How you doing? Yeah, I'm actually painting some rats. How you doing, nerd? How you doing? Get out. This is at last the guy who says that I paint rats. It's me. I'm actually him for a change. It's nice. It's fun. I do like painting rats, but yeah. Oh, I also got some more buddies, and then also I got these other rats. This is goes from a different project. These are some bigger ones. No cats though, unfortunately. The closest cat I get is when I play Magic at my friend's house. He's got like a bunch of cats. Yeah, let me do a chef's kiss. Mwah. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, they're very fun hamsters. He's got this like really sweet cat named Puka that tends to like jump onto my lap when I'm playing, and usually she's really sweet. My You know that thing where people are like, "Oh, yes, all cats are dicks," and they don't like to be, like, held and picked up and whatnot. I mean, A, it's because people grab them weird, but also, like, you can just train cats to be nice. It's not that big of a deal. Every cat that my friend owns is really, really sweet. So I'll be playing Magic and she'll just jump up on my lap. Then every now and then she'll try to make a play. Like she's like she clearly really wants to play the card game, but I'm like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop your daily game of League of Legends. No, you gotta stop that. You gotta stop that. There are more fun games available on the internet. There's so many better games you could be playing instead of League of Legends. Like ones that like when you're done with, you'll feel good. You'll be like, wow, I played a fun video game. I played a fun video game, and I didn't feel any anger in my heart. You should try those. You should try those. Those Zuzumis. Oh, that's cute though. It's cute. She uses chaos. She really does. Oh, so it's a itty bitty baby cat. Oh, let's go. Let's go. It's funny because like originally my friend had this like really big like I don't know what the kind of cat's called. I wanna say I wanna say it's like a Maine Coon or something like that. It's like one of those like really big fluffy ones. And she used to be the biggest cat in the house, but like now all the other cats are gigantic. They're not quite like if anyone's ever seen Professor Bloom's cat, he does not have a cat. He has a goddamn mountain lion that he just like watches incredibly shit movies with, which is really really fun. But they're still pretty large. Can quit anytime. That What you're doing a bit, right? You're doing a bit when you say that because like that's because if not, no, no, it's a tiny cat, just like a little like one of those ones you can just like put in like a cup, kind of carry around. There we go. You're not. I'm. Go on. Listen. The line of I can listen. You're like like that's the kind of line that when you hear in a movie, it's somebody who's obviously a destructive drunkard. They're like, listen, listen. I'm fine. I'm not alcoholic. I can stop whenever I can stop whenever I want. Like that's a cliche. If you're doing that on accident, that's a problem. I would argue 10 years of League of Legends is a problem. I'm gonna say it. I will continue to be very, very against League of Legends and War Thunder for the just general human suffering those games bring. There's gotta be other games. Gotta be other games. There's gotta be literally anything else. I believe in you. I believe in you and your ability to play other video games. It's just got like little and nice and grody. What's it? They need teeth. They need eyes. Some other stuff. Sip. All right, I need some. I need some white. Yeah, I do think that like a lot of games like League of Legends are designed in a way to be like very video and serious. So, well, wait a minute. You can't quit. You can't quit anytime. You motherfucker. You just said you're like I can quit whenever I want. Actually, I relapsed like 3 times. No, 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 no. It's because like they like the ELO system is just specifically made to make you like way more addicted to the game. It is very much just playing with like how like the body handles like dopamine and like victory and like stuff like that. Where it's like it tries to do like a very specific ratio of games, and then also you got the like, well, I spent so much time and money on this, and like maybe I'll pick up a skin. I really like this champion. They got like a new skin. That's what I get you. Fucking get you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You gotta escape out of that. You gotta escape out of that. Will be the next faker. No, no. How you doing, Lotta? How you doing? I am, in fact, painting rats. Like not even as a bit. Like not even as a teehee, haha. I isn't like is selling accounts like a thing that like I know that it's not like TOS, but that's fine. But like, is it possible to like actually sell those? Like, do people buy accounts like that, or is it just like a good way just to get? I feel like that trying to sell a league account is like a good way to get your money stolen. How you doing, Ergon? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I do be painting. I do be painting rats. Rats do be that. It's like just like little dots because I'm eventually gonna go back and then do some warp block. Use that like shamrock glow stuff. There we go. Oh yeah, like oh yeah, that's the thing I thought because like it's like I'm sure some people do, but I feel like it's also gonna be like a minefield of stuff. Like if that would get you to try a different game, like maybe, but like I also feel like you gotta be careful so you don't like get your credit card information stolen. Hire people back to it. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's like I do think that like there are legitimate uses of it, but it's not in like replacing entire jobs, and it's definitely not in like the AI art generation stuff. Raw data processing is kind of nice for that, but the thing is, business execs are really easy just to be like, hey, listen, buddy, we're fucknuts AI. We're a small startup, and like, what if you didn't have to pay any money for any employees? Like that thing for like people who just like don't give a shit and just want like number go up, big money. That's a really easy thing to sell them. It's like cloud stuff. So it's like you like for people who like might not remember how, like there are a lot of things in the cloud. Like we do got a lot of like data and photos and stuff on there. But there was an idea of like what if your fridge is on the cloud? And you're like what does that mean? And the answer is yeah. The answer is yeah. What does that mean? Exactly. You know? You know? Shit ton of resources say, oh yeah, no, those are pretty. I think it's because like that's weirdly enough almost a service where it's like because I know for like especially if you're trying to re-roll too, like for like certain characters and stuff. That's always there's been a couple like I luckily when I played the little bit of Uma Musume I played, I did not bother to re-roll for specific characters because that is a soul draining experience just to basically pull the slot machine a whole bunch. I see see there. They're falling for the biz. Yeah, oh yeah, they basically are doing like the whole like download more RAM scam. Yeah, that does 100% feel very real. It's just the usual kind of like if somebody is just like really like it's amazing how gullible old people are, and like as somebody who's eventually going to become a gullible old person, I'm sure things are not going to go great in my future, but like um But like for real though, like it's for a lot of times like it is just like a very flashy PowerPoint. Like, oh god, I do have some fun stories. So I mentioned that like I don't exactly say what the guild makes me do, but every now and then I'm sent to like basically monitor some humans and see some stuff. So one of them was like, okay, we don't know what's going on with like AI stuff, so we found this like guy who's doing like this conference like meetup thing. We want you to listen in on it. And I was like, oh, okay. I knew this was going to be stupid. And what's really weird, and I think this is something that I notice seems to affect older people especially, is that they learn to treat AI like a person. Which I do wonder if that's also part of like the wanting to replace employees because like it does seem like if you're in a certain age bracket, you do start referring to AI stuff as like a person. Like there like this guy was like, yeah, there's this one guy who downsized all of his employees from 25 people to him and 5 AI employees. And you'd all one end you'd be like, that's not how employees work, but okay, bud. And it's just really more clear. And like especially like when you get to like the older people that like talk to like there are unfortunately people that like when they go to bed at night they talk to chat gpt as their little pen pal buddy, and you're like chat gp, I don't know how I feel about this thing, what would you do, you're my best friend, like then you get into the people that are like dating chat gpt, which is sad. Oh god, this like I think there's no porn that is like no legal porn that is sadder than like chat GPT dating because it is like it's not even like a cool like robot. It's like a yes man robot that says yes to everything. Yeah. Oh, don't do that, Fuon. I'm learning some very troubling habits. You might want to start kicking that when you can. Stable during. Oh god, yeah, no, I haven't quite heard that exact one, but yeah, there's it's actually kind of amazing how much stuff is tied to the for context, AWS is like the Amazon Web Services. It's pretty much like a lot of companies use that to handle like a lot of kind of like backend stuff. It's pretty much either that or Google doing similar things. And a lot of times like Amazon stuff is like, reasonably like stable, but like, it falters from time to time because that's just how shit is. And when it does, because so much is dependent on it, like everything fucking implodes. Everything really implodes. Should make more dumb technology. I mean, that is kind of people going back and doing like retro websites and stuff. There are instances of people like purposely like doing shit like that, which I find really really fun. I really like retro internet stuff. The topic material. Yeah, exactly, pretty much. So at least atomic stuff was kind of neat. And politely asking Google for questions. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess the next stage of like Google, why doesn't my grandson love me, Google? I guess really AI is the logical step from that. And you're like, well, the reason your grandson doesn't like you is because clearly you're not a bounty hunter. Oh, that makes sense. I should be a bounty hunter. Hey, look, I was saying, Fuon, that some of your, I'm sure that you're doing a bit right. You're basically listing off a series of bad habits. So you should probably pivot away from, like, at least one of them. I think between, like, gotchas and, like, the AI stuff and then, what's it called? And then League, maybe cut one of those out. Maybe cut one of those out. You are kind of collecting bad habits like they're on, like, a fire sale right now. I'm sure that would be there's probably some way that you could sell like especially because like CRTs are actually like kind of not super valuable, but getting there. I wonder if you could be like, hey, we're bringing them back, baby. Let's go. We're bringing back the CRT. It's time. I'm getting some buff because I need to get some of the bigger boobos. Anything that's got some like real screen real estate. AI. When will Bloodborne on Steam come out? And it's like, dude, so like, what does that mean? So let's see what these are so tiny. Oh, these are so fucking tiny. Okay. Uh that one. Oh, if I just get like at least a good starter on these, and then later on when I'm doing the enamel stage, I can repick some of these out. Oh, I'll use the green to kind of be like the tainted area around it. Sorry, I'm pulling this up because like these are I think this is like the first time I've had like a genuine like I'm having a hard time seeing the exact thing I want to paint, which is generally like pretty rare for me. So this is kind of interesting. I guess it's just because these are like really itty bitty dots. I don't want to get anything special here. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Just try to get like the outer rim so it just does look like something genuinely popped. Oh, gross. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I think easing off the guts is a good bit. As somebody who was like at one point genuinely like unironically addicted to a gotcha game, you will feel much better once you're off that. Yeah, it's like on games. I know like PS1 rhythm games too. Like I from so like you can like emulate like Parappa the Rappa and like Jammer Lammy and stuff. But from what I understand, because those are like the you need like really, really precise button pressing and like you can't real like I think you can eventually like tweak some knobs to make like a close facsimile of that. But I remember watching a VTuber friend of mine. She was playing Jammer Lammy without any of that, and she did beat it. So like good job. That it was like legitimately painful. Not in the way it was like, oh, you're fucking up VTuber. I was like, oh god, you are braver individual than I to do this. There we go. There we go. To the misters. What is the misters? Like a cut. There we go. There's like a little die guy get there. Half-Life 3 set for Christmas release. Isn't there supposed to be like people have been saying that like, oh, there's a big Steam store update, and usually when a big Steam store updates, Valve is about to do some shit. I don't know how much of that's cope or not, or it could just be like fucking like what's it that I know Valve has like a new like Overwatchy kind of game. All the only thing I know is that there's like a character that I've heard someone say he's like Twink Germa, and that's all I really know. Some other VTubers I know play it, but like I've not really looked into it at all. There we go. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, that's what misters are. I now know. Think about how much. Oh god, yeah. Early. I I my I've mentioned this before. My big gotcha addiction was straight up puzzles and dragons, which I feel like that's one is like it's not. I don't know. It's more niche now, but it's like the dumbest thing. Yes, those two characters we were. Yeah, 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 those ones. I'm aware also that there's like a little goblin imp girl that like people were like, this is the new Midna now. It's her. You've been chosen to be the short stack herald for a bit. I don't know. I think she's kind of like more like unconventionally attractive. She's a bit more like scrungly than a lot of characters that are like that. So I don't know if she like really super took off in that niche. There we go. But yeah, no, all my knowledge about that game is like very, very scattered. Half correct game and character respectively. Hey, let's go. Look at me. I have approximate knowledge of many things. Is she Latina? I genuinely have not played the game. I think that'd be a plus. I think that'd be a plus. But yeah, no, I'm not a big shootsman. I don't do a lot of I will do first person shooters if it's in the context of like an RPG. Like those are ones I can fuck with. Otherwise, nah. Get a little bit more in there. Yeah, I do. I do have a lot. It's because I think it's just because it's very easy for me to like passively obtain knowledge about things. It's like you like if you're just on the internet, you do just learn things. Like usually against your will, but you do just learn things. Yeah, but I feel like it's just now starting to reach cold where it properly feels like fall where I'm at, and it's like, oh, I'm by a heater and I don't want to move. I need to do things. Like I need to like get up and like move around and like work on some shit. It's like heater warm, heater real warm. What if I just don't do things? Stay by the heater. It's the cozy is too powerful. Not as pretty as I would like. This like like big cluster on there like that. Yeah, I get this the big lumpus. Oh, it's not. Wait, is the game out yet formally? I sort of just assumed it was out. Maybe it's like one of those games that's like perpetually in early access for like 30 years, and then one day it's like, oh yeah, we're out now. Surprise. Do that thing where it's like I try to leave. If I try to leave like pits, where it's like, oh, this might have burst at one point. Put on there, and there we go. All right, cool. Let that dry bit. Oh, you're in one of those areas where it's just gonna be warm for like a long ass time. How you doing, Chuck Ray? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Oni? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look, I'm painting rats for real. I gotta get teeth though. What do I do for his teeth? Maybe I'll just do off white. I'll just be lazy and do off white teeth. I think they'll be fine. Of being a desert dweller. No, that's fair. I do live in a fairly warm area, but I don't quite got that like I imagine a West Coast kind of like heat, as far as I'm aware. Mm. I'm right now. It's hitting that kind of cozy that makes me want to listen to like mountain goats a lot. I don't know why it's all like there's certain bands that like feel right during like a fall era, and for some like mountain goats are definitely one of those. I'm just like, ah, yes, there we go, perfect. Push up that eye a little bit. A hellhound tank. Hey, let's go, let's go. I did see at my shop they had a heresy tank for like 70 that had like these like big plasma bombard things, and I was like, seems neat. I did not pick up tank though. I was good. I was good. I got so many other projects though I got to work on in the meantime. So it's just I have been even having like a decent amount of like the shops near me have pumpkin spice donut holes, and those are really good. Those are my pumpkin vice. I don't really do like pumpkin spice lattes or whatever, but give me like a pumpkin spice donut hole as like a it's like a little treat, and I'm like, let's fucking go, fucking go. But the tricky thing is, what do I want to do for his nose? Do I want to do like a darker color? I could also just use that leather color. This is gonna look dumb. Hold on. See some real quick. Okay, rats are they usually got noses that are roughly the same color as the rest. I guess I could go like a little. What if I? Oh yeah, what if I did the? I could just do the same color I used for the tail on the nose. I'm thinking like a black nose for some reason. I was like, no, that's not quite right. And spice timpets are like your guys' donut holes, I guess. I'm vaguely aware of what a timbit is. I don't know. I think it's a nice flavor. I think that's why when people are like, what is this? Is this it? Like, yeah, just a flavor. I don't think it needs to be anything like more wild than that. Yeah, I mean, of course it's underwhelming. It is, a coffee drink at a chain. At the end of the day, it's like I do think there's you gotta temper your expectations a little bit there. Give them pink noses. Like, hey, look, there we go. Got like a little pink schnoz, skin pink. Technically succubus skin. Everybody knows the most succubus part of a rat is like the itty bitty little nose. Oh yeah, it's the overpriced coffee place. Maybe I guess it's true. If you're coming to America, you might not necessarily know that. Yeah, it's just it's the place you go. That's a chain. It's going to be expensive. It's if there's like a local coffee shop, that coffee shop will kick the fuck out of Starbucks. But like it's there. The Starbucks will be there. Like no matter where you at, there will be a Starbucks. Even if you don't think there's one, turn around. It's there. It's behind you. Starbucks do be like that. The reason I assumed that the noses would be way more of a pain, and they're really not. This is actually going on pretty smooth. Yeah, isn't Vietnamese coffee supposed to be like the real good shit? I don't know much about Vietnamese coffee, but I could see that being the good shit. I think if you got like coffee that's named after your country, it's like, ah, yes, that's probably the way to go. Little bone spur highlight there. Previously, this guy had a lot more spurs, but now each one just has like one itty bitty little arm spike. I could have just actually just well no previously the original models had hammers, so like I was like they could use the bone spurs as their knife attack, but no, I thought it'd be better to actually give them knives. That was the way to go. Yeah. It also could be the thing too, to be fair. A lot of countries have their own versions of US establishments, and they're almost like universally better. It is as an American, it's buck wild how much better like a typical like American fast food joint is in like literally any other country. It's like borderline upsetting. Everybody's got better fast food than we got. I like a little bit of the eye in the weird spot. Can I get the Griffin Claw by the eye? And I think it might be enamel wash time actually. Yippee! Hell yeah! I just clean all my little enamel palettes, which would be great. There we go. Very sour. Oh, I could see that. Yeah, because that's just kind of like bad coffee in general. It's kind of like really like acrid. Yeah, makes sense. All right, there we go. All right, you're gonna stay put. I'm gonna work on these. See, these guys got some like real nice big boobos, big fucking boobo baggins on there. Oh, I still got some light gray on here. Nice. I need to do a wee bit of dry brushing. So these guys got like very little. These guys kind of went a bit more tan, which is me experimenting with the colors. I think it looks good. I'm still pretty happy about it. Actually, I'm gonna dry brush that area. But I do got like a nice proper small dry brush. Hey, let's go. McDonald's fries are crunchy. They're not McDonald's in the US isn't too bad. Like the fries are still like crunchy. There's other things you can complain about, like all the fun deals and stuff. How you doing, rookie? And how you doing, son? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, I think bad coffee is coffee that like is actively like I don't know. I know that coffee has a wider range of profiles and flavors and stuff, and some people like certain blends and whatnot. But I do think there is like a generic bad coffee, or it's like crazy, like you said, it's just it basically just tastes like battery. Like so, here's what I think is like an example of bad coffee. Um, have you so for Keurig pods, right? So what they do is sometimes they will have a collection of just like, hey, um, get this, spend like $20 and get like 40 pods. And like in terms of bulk volume, that is a really spicy deal. But the thing is, what you get for those are the dregs. You get the dregs of other coffee lines. So like sometimes you will get like okay stuff, but a lot of times what you'll get is like a lot of flavored coffees. Like did you know that Eggo Waffles has the its own like line of Keurig pods, and they have a blueberry flavor, and you're like, oh god, why? And yeah, it's as bad as you think it sounds. So it is basically like chemical blueberry flavoring. Like it doesn't taste like coffee. It is brown and it looks like coffee, but it's not. It's a sin. But it is cheap, but it is bad. I oh yeah, they did have the Eggo liquor. I've not tried that. I don't I also haven't had the Mountain Dew booze either. There is some deep dark part of my brain. It's like Dew booze I must try, but yeah, I've never done that. I mean, I've had a Four Loco, so it's like I don't know what the Mountain Dew booze could really offer me that Four Loco didn't. Oh, I'd believe it. There's basically trace amounts of like every chemical and everything here in the U.S. The joke about being filled with microplastics is barely even a joke, if I'm gonna be real. It's fine. But yeah, a lot of there's a lot of pods that are fine. Like if like, I know if you want nice curry, if you want nice coffee, you're not going for a fucking Keurig pod. But like if you just need one quick, you could do worse. You could totally do worse. And like a lot of the other ones are fine. A lot of those are fine, but yeah, once you get into those, like a lot of the novelty ones are bad. Basically, every novelty Keurig flavor is fucking awful. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised it's mid. I'm not surprised. That feels like the kind of thing that it's like, I think unfortunately the target audience would have been like I think college students. I feel like a college student's the kind of person that really wants the Mountain Dew booze. Like, I think if you've ever paid taxes on your own, you're kind of out of the bracket for Mountain Dew booze. I mean, you could try it, but I mean, you're going to be like a tourist, and I mean that in the way you're like, oh, I'm just going to take a lovely little stroll for Mountain Dew booze. Oh, okay, it's yeah, and then you're like, I'm not a big fan, and you just get off and you like continue on your merry old life. Not in the shit. How you doing, Fist? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you? Oh yeah. Well, no, not no Tommy Exerthin. I don't think you could do that. I don't. Because Tommy's Exerthin's plastic glue. I don't think that works. Regular super glue, you can though. If I remember it, regular super glue was originally discovered to like seal wounds. Because if you do technically just get like a fucking. I mean, for Tommy Exerthin, no, but I think that was a big thing with like regular like super glue. I straight up think that like part of the original like military intent was to make like a kind of like battlefield sealant. I know I've read that somewhere, but don't 100% quote me on that. Maybe yeah, there we go. Okay. See, I'm not on crack. Yippee. Let's go. Upper Moon Coffee, it smelled the same. I've never heard of that brand. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you could do that. You just can't use Tamiya extra thin because I know you're like, haha, I do a teehee little joke. I'm sorry. Listen, you're on my stream. It's real autism hours. I can't turn off the faucet. But yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Which I guess is still kind of applicable. Like if you're just working on with your hobby stuff, and if you accidentally cut yourself with like an X-Acto knife, you could do that. I don't know if it's necessarily a great idea, but you could. Yeah, I do find it funny because like that happens a lot of times. Inventions are like made for a thing, and you're like, oh yeah, actually, this is actually just like really good glue, for just like stuff. Really abuse how that works out. Life is funny sometimes. She sue on my what? I'm allergic to super. The allergic to super glue is fine, but the lead up to that was confusing. On day. Yeah, I think sanitary stuff is probably the big thing. Like maybe if you need to like hold some shit together for you to go to like the ER, maybe that'd be better than nothing. But also, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Don't take medical advice from me. There is I do isn't there I have been seeing that there's like this Dr. Vtuber guy, but I don't like I'm sure he's a legitimate guy, but whenever people seem to ask him questions, it's always like, can I live off of sawdust? Can I live off of sawdust? I've only been eating sawdust. I'm like, what are these other VTubers doing? What are they doing? How are they not dead? How are they not dead? All the food in my fridge expired in 1983. I inherited this fridge from my parents. Uh, can I eat it? Can I eat the stuff in the fridge? And this guy will be like, no, don't do that. And they'll be like, I've been eating it from the fridge anyway. I think it's like the guy I'm thinking of is like Saikin or something. He's like a gray-haired Ikemen dude. I know he's apparently like a legitimate doctor. Because despite what you would think, a lot of people enjoy VTubing as like a way to like, what's it called? Like to like blow off steam. Who cooks chicken with castor oil? I do not know enough about frying chicken to know if that's a legitimate bad thing or not. Uh, but oh, motor oil, very different. Okay, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. I was just thinking castor oil was like a different type of oil, like cooking oil. Maybe I'm misremembering on that. It's late night painting hours. Some fact checking is going to slip out of me brain. Yeah, just use lava. Yeah, just use lava or I think it's like I did see like I was recommended a video for like cooking a chicken by slapping it. And it's what I like. Do you ever like oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I was like castor oil sounds familiar, but I can't place it. You're right, it is the laxative oil, yeah. Okay, last I remember now. Like it was like one of those videos where I'm like, oh, this might be neat, and then like I bookmark it. And later I'm like, I actually don't care. Like I don't care if you slap the chicken to being cooked. I don't know if I really need to sit through 20 minutes of that. All right, so these guys are all dry brush now, so doing pretty good. And let's enamel wash time. Let's enamel wash on the boys. Let's get the lads all wheeled up, all washed up on. Let's get the lads washed up on a Sunday evening. My various accoutrements. I got like my blow dryer. I got my enamel aka War Game Washes Dark Wash, which I like. The hell make dinner. Oh yeah, you do the pro strats then. Oh, it does also burn too. That's true. Yeah, I guess it does. Sometimes when I get glue on my fingers, it does get hot. True and real. All right. These guys are just gonna get a very basic enamel wash just to get them kind of all grimed up, kind of unify some colors, nothing that you have not seen me do before. I do like my enamel washing quite a bit. So put these guys out of commission a little bit. That'll be fine. So let's go here. Oh, fuck, hold on. I need got various sponges. Oh, I got sponges all around me. Okay. I'm not I'm not hurting for a sponge. A little bit more mineral spirits on this bad boy. The thing I do like about doing this sort of cheesecloth, where it's like once you get to this stage, the oil seeps into the cloth and you can kind of see the individual little bits, which is really good. Oh yeah, I don't know what kind of what kind of wash you do. I do enamels, which are just kind of like put all over, and then I'm eventually going to do a reductive bit where I kind of blow dry it a teeny bit and start rubbing it off. Bit on there, get a bit more on the base because the base I don't need to be nearly as picky with. I think I got basically like every crevice and whatnot. I could always tweak this a bit later. But yeah, nothing too. Just dunk them in the rat oil. The make rat oil. And then I blow dry it a bit. Flash off a little bit of mineral spirits. It's the royal. I got this sponge. Just kind of go like, just kind of go in, pat it, just kind of remove some excess. Make sure that like the stuff that's deep in there will still kind of keep it, but the stuff that is on the higher layers won't. And luckily, these are grimy bastards, so like I can be kind of like not generous. I can kind of leave a decent amount on there. Too. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, there's like Oji-san's a tag that like I've seen people. I've been trying to use that more than Hag because I do think that maybe Hag is definitely like I don't know. Maybe I gotta push OG-san more. I gotta let people know that there is an active group of old men on the internet. So I think at one point Hag was accidentally removed. I've been using Hag as a tag for a while, but I turned it off. How you doing, Robert? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm back in the rat mines. I'm in the rat mines again today, and things are going pretty good, which is nice. No, 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 no. I'm a dude that identifies as a dude. I'm sorry. I'm a very pretty elf, but nah, nothing should be surprising to anyone. Delicious rat oil. Many flavor the 3D. I don't really go through a lot like other than sups. I don't really energy drink much these days, which is probably for the best. Don't want my old man heart to explode. I need to go back and like kind of weird. I feel like the different sides of the faces are slightly different. Okay, I think this is like just I think it's just corners just removing a bit more now, which is brightening things up a wee bit. Luckily, once again, that these guys are supposed to be like kind of grimy, so if it looks kind of grimy, little world. Interior of the leg, and all right, first rack done. He's gonna dry a little bit more on his own. You can kind of see that kind of like griminess is kind of like really taking over. Yippee! Let's see, you probably need to get some more emotes in. I do know I believe that the person I got the newer emotes from, I think she's open now. So I might want to ask her. I think probably what I'm gonna do. Uh, hey, it's all good, it's all good. Elf terms and restrictions apply. See your doctor if Halbernacht is right for you. Ah, phone stop. Phone stop. Stop. Siri stop. There we go. A bit more. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. That's all good, that's all good. I think what I wanna do is I wanna wait probably I think I wanna try to coordinate the new like, no, it's not oh, fuck, did I get that? Oh, yeah, the other guy didn't have a tail. I was like, "Did I miss his tail?" Like, no. He lost his tail when I was doing some, like, model prep. So I was like, "You know what? Sometimes a shitty, novice rat won't have a tail. He'll be condemned to be laughed at by his peers." But yeah, I'm thinking you do actually, I think. Uh, I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for the new model to come out and or at least, like, get, like, the sketches. Nazna Mama said she was in the stages of starting to sketch things out, which is gonna be nice. I'll keep you nerds posted with the progress of that. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Okay, dry a little bit on there, and there we go. Like that, and then now I can just go through and begin to sponge. I need to get like, oh fuck, hold on. Apparently just missed this a little bit. Fix that. Yeah, I can see that. Because like, I'm sure a rat would be really fucked up and sad to lose its tail. Like, nothing ever really wants to lose a body part. I do think if a rat had to lose something, though, I feel like the tail would probably be like, yeah, but okay. Take that off, I guess. If you must remove something, so be it. Some of the some of these like still fucked up little grimy bits in the back, which are ones I'll probably end up touching up later, but that's I do also got little I think this guy's got like enough folds I might want to pull out. I got a bunch of makeup sponges. I have like a non-trivial amount of things that are meant for makeup that I don't use for makeup. It's just really a lot of because I would argue that for like mini painting and makeup, a lot of the same traits kind of like over like there's a thematic overlap for stuff. And it's all good fun. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Have a good rest. Oh, actually, it's probably better. Yeah, I think this is a better play. It's just small enough, and this is just dry enough that I'm not losing a lot of. I'm also forgetting that I purposely went and kind of like greened up some areas. I'm like, oh, why is this all like extra dark? I was like, oh yeah, no, I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. Good night. Yeah, that's close enough to a proper good night to say good night. That's all good. Oh, there we go. We got some dirt in those back recesses. Yippee! There's gonna be like little bits I want to like tweak and touch up, and I'll get in those bits. Oh. just slowly pressing the sponge to the rat pit and hoping for the best. Like a tint around his belly. I guess maybe I guess some of that was the green. I don't know. I need to figure out some shit. All right, now this guy is relatively good for now. Maybe a little bit more in there. Oh, he's got this like side goop too, which I don't think there's a good way I can get around that. Yeah, that's not true. I can totally get in there. I'm done for. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. There's also like I remember I just always kind of think about this one sister. There's like a sister of battle guide from way back when it's I just remembered a line, if you're having trouble, ask your horror sister for makeup advice. Which I'm just like there's something about that. It's just like I think about that one from time to time. It was like if I remember right, it was like a pretty decent Sisters of Battle tutorial thing. It was basically the idea that this is like not like unique advice. So sometimes people are like, why do Sisters of Battle look weird? And a lot of times the sculpts for the faces are fine. It's just that the Games Workshop heavy metal style is like very specifically like darkened recesses and brightened raised areas. Which like if you're doing like a Space Marine face or you're doing some like chitin or whatever, that looks pretty legit. But like if you do it on like faces you're trying to be like make this look conventionally attractive, and this is also like not even just like a like Sisters of Battle thing. A lot of Space Marines kind of end up with like weird derpy faces because of that style where that's like they like I forget what it's called. It's like when you like certain people have like those like folds by the sides of their mouth. And you know, those are naturally kind of recessed, but like a lot of things for like makeup and whatever, I think would be kind of minimize those. But like the G-dub style is like, oh yeah, no, you must actively fill those with wash, and you should highlight the areas around that. Yeah, kind of like a laugh line thing, yeah. And that happens with Space Marines too. So like when you get that, it's like, huh, that's yeah, the jowl lines or whatever. It's basically applying like a painting style to a face in a way that like we're not used to seeing, so it just looks strange. Ah, let's go. All right, on to the third rat, baby. Oh shit! Hold on. Just realized that this guy, this rat, I properly like wiped his tail. Okay, luckily it's still very malleable at this stage. These like really deep bits, I might need to go back and touch up later. But okay, okay, carry on. You know, I just realized right now. I wonder how many times I've actually used my blow dryer on stream. Like probably a decent amount. But like I'm curious what would be like the actual number. Like would it be like it's gotta be at least maybe more than 30. Oh wow, yeah, no, this is a real strong sponge. Able to get into the recess is really good to start with. Oh no, we gotta watch out. Ad break be coming soon. Oh, there we go. I was like, I highlighted this guy's eye. Where did it go? It's just, oh, it's just, you know, buried in the wash a wee bit. Nothing too crazy. Now at this stage, I can get the tail. Oh yeah, I guess this is like there's like a soft pad and a rough pad. I need to like okay, which one's okay? I think this one's slightly rougher, so I think if I use the orange one, I get like less like enamel ripping. But I'm also just kind of using the tip. I'm sure it'll be fine. I've done it before where like I'll go in and I'll do because I think some people will just do the enamel layer and be done. I know I've went and touched it up a couple times with some other projects, so like it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be grimy and kind of like unify all the colors a little bit. Give everything a nice little bit of a tint. Gray and these rocks have been reduced. It's kind of buck wild. And there we go. Keep getting that in this beautiful rat man. I probably need to put some more dirt on the base too, because I basically had to use a lot of color diet. Not color. I had to use a lot of oh yeah, baking soda to like really lock those bastards in there. Hey, so Steve, have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. A day. Ah, yes. If you're if you're having one of the most days, you definitely need to like take it easy. I feel you. I feel you. Well, have a good night. Have a good night and take it easy. Little brush rinse. Others. There we go. Mostly turned out extra good. And so those guys are gonna be drying for a bit. So now, don't worry. I will we still got these rats, so we can rat with some rat, as one does. So what do we gotta do with these rats? What do these rats? I could also just slime up the base too. Yeah, these are claimed pestilence rats. If I gotta get extra gross, they're the ones to do it. Okay, there we go. All right, what do we get? What do these motherfuckers need? All right, we need more red in the mouth. The mouths are pretty dry. No, they're pretty dark. So I'm gonna use a slightly brighter red. Just gonna get like a wee bit of color in there. Nothing super crazy. I think otherwise for disposable chaff rats, these guys are looking pretty good. I think what I need to do is I need to get more in there and maybe touch up some of the teeth a bit. Then what I need to do is for this my work. I need to touch up the buboes and then really make them glitter, make them slimy. Touch up the teeth, make the eyes glow, and I think some of these, I think like one of them has like a really deep recess, and I might need to like go back and fix. Be like real careful with this. Yeah, their mouths are already pretty filthy. I think I just need to add a little bit more red, so there's like it kind of reads a bit more like a mouth. There we go. I think that's all that needed. I don't think these are gonna be like really, really. How you doing, Select? Yeah, I'm doing. I'm building a Skaven warband for Mordheim, which is so far turning out pretty good. I like this. I think this kind of goes back to like I do like Skaven. I think I just don't like horde armies, which is funny because it's like they're arguably like the iconic horde army. But for like a Mordheim warband, this is like a perfect amount of rats. It's like, yeah, 4 rats. I don't have to paint an entire unit of them. I just need 4. That's great. Touch up the teeth because I did that a little bit. That's in there. How you doing? How you doing? I've been I've been working on the lads, and they've been turning out pretty well. I also got these chuckle fucks, but they're currently drying for their from their enamel bullshit. So I don't know. It might come back tonight. It's not would not be totally improbable for them to come back. This is just to like brighten them up a little bit, but also just to kind of like touch up some shit. There we go. There we go. Yeah, exactly. It's like that 40 versus 4 is very the weird thing is like I actually think I'm always supposed to bring 2 of them in a typical warband. The only reason I have a question about that is because new recruits like, yeah, you get 2 rats per thing. And I'm like, I don't think that's true, new recruit. I don't think that's right. It's like new recruit's really solid, but it is like fan made stuff, and sometimes you get shit wrong. And I do wonder, like, legitimately if that is like a weird bug. Because I look at the Clan Eshin thing and I don't see that. But also, like, Games Workshop rules of the era, the idea that, like, oh yeah, like there's a rule for animals on page X that says that whenever you hire 1, you actually get like a unit of 2. Like that's the kind of thing that I'm like it might know that better than I do because I have not played yet. I basically copied somebody's like baby's first list for this. They're like, "Hey, I'm trying this out. Does this look good?" And people are like, "Yeah, it's fine." It's got all the henchman slots filled up, and then it's just got some chaff. Everybody is like pretty cheap at this stage. Nothing particularly like crazy or buck wild. It's just rat out of 10 for sure. How you doing, Big Dong Daddy Dom? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? I'm painting rats for a change. The rat painting is real. It is real and true. Just currently getting the pustules and whatnot. How you doing, Nars? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do the other rats, the standing rats are currently drying, so the ones that are not standing, I'm currently giving little extra attention to their buboes. Where's a giant rat who makes all the rules? This guy who I have not primed or put on the base. So I recently bought some really shitty cheap tissue paper because I saw a cool thing where if you soak that in like glue and some like typhus corrosion and then layer that because like, apparently it's too thin to build body. So you can't really like build a cape from scratch, but they were talking about doing that and just like, okay, if it's got an existing cape, you can just like overlay that. I'm like, oh, that's a really cool idea, actually. I'm gonna try that at some point in the future with that guy in particular. I'm getting that. But yeah, I'm living up to my name. I think maybe not all this year. Last year was really the like, oh, how he paints rats. And I did because I got the Scaventide box. I got a decent amount of rats out of it. But I've had years where I've done significantly less rats than this. Do I play AOS? Not now, no. I did in the past. It was sort of like my first war game getting back into war games after starting with War Machine back in the day. I just moved a couple of areas and then like there wasn't a War Machine scene because the game kind of like died It's doing better now though, but I'm not really interested in getting back into it. All the new Nurgle stuff looks like it fucks, and I'm extremely stoked. I also have a Maggotkin army. It was actually very easy to own a Maggotkin army because I think I just got like 40 Plague Bears and then like 10 Blight Kings and some other miscellany. Because there was just periods of time because people in my experience, people will just sell a unit of just like 10 or 20 Plague Bears just randomly for no reason. So I just accumulated plague bearers and like so I got like a decent. I also got some. The one thing is I don't got is I do have a great and cling one, but I tried to do a great cling one and fucked up and just did not get it to look right. So I've been sitting on that butt fucker for like, oh god, 3 years now. I've been VTubing long enough that like my old projects are old. My old projects are like it's like I got projects older than certain VTubers that are like doing like well, which is buck wild. Yeah, that is what I'm curious about. How many things are gonna get legend? For me, I kind of wonder if what they'll do is they already sell them as one box as a Magath Lord. I wonder if they'll do that thing that they did for Skaven, where it's like, okay, these guys are like no longer legendary. They're just like a profile. Because like the Skaven Warlock was Ikit Claw, but then they're just like, yeah, this is just a fucking Warlock. You could run two if you feel like it. Go nuts. Yeah, I feel like they'll probably like I feel like things are probably still going to be good enough that like a lot of the line will remain intact. Even because it's also weird though because like because like Nurgle a lot for context for people like end times was bad for a lot of things. End times was great in terms of just like Nurgle getting models. During the end times, Nurgle got a bunch of shit. Like basically a lot of the current range is from the end times. Which is really cool. And that must have been a really interesting period where you could run them in like a Warriors of Chaos. I assume it was Warriors of Chaos at the time. That'd be neat. Truly the cling one, indeed. What I'm thinking about doing now is so for that like oil and iron Kickstarter, which is like for like a mech game. If you got in on that, which I did a while ago, you get some terrain, including this like real big fuck off silo. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be like, okay, my attempt at making a great cling one failed, but I still got like a great uncling one body and some stuff. So I'm gonna try to like rehabilitate it into something that I could at least run, like something I could use. Because I could use a great because I so for context now the only Warhammer game I play is Warhammer 40K 3rd edition. That is the last 40K. That's the last Warhammer game I've played in recent memory. That was like maybe like a month ago at this point. Um, I did see someone in my Magic group was like, just like, hey, I got the Arbites box for kill tapes. I'm like, oh, huh, neat. So I am big curious about that because if I can get them to try Warcry out, I'm gonna fucking jump on it. It's gonna be the best. I love Warcry. All right, so I got the buboes. All right, what do you need now, buddy? I need to make the buboes slimy, but I think the thing I really need is the teeth. I need the teeth to be yellow, but like not too maybe. If this like every time I try to go back to the barbarian skin. You're doing the like the a million Puscoil Blight Lords. I have 4, mostly because for a while they were shit and you could pick them up for like super duper cheap. A lot of my armies are just like, yeah, I could pick this up for super duper cheap. It's really fun. I love buying used models. Okay, this is still every time I'm like this barbarian skin. No, it's okay. It still actually looks pretty good. Okay. I'm actually not too bothered by this. Teeth are really small, so I'm trying to like find a good way just to like get as much teeth as I can without fucking up everything around the teeth. I think it's just doing it this way. Yeah, because I remember that was a thing you could do a while back, where it's like, especially during that era where you could use the. I don't know if you can do this. I'm very out of touch for what is considered like a thing that modern Magickin can do. I know they're in a bad spot, just because like their mechanic doesn't work really. But I do remember when you could use the tree to actively like rock it. Like you could do that thing where you could like run and then charge and like because I remember there was a period of time where I was playing some AOS with my one of my like my Pathfinder friends, like on TTS, and I remember like rocketing a bunch of dudes like directly into his engagement zone on like turn one. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" It's like, Nurgle the slowest army, and that's not wrong. That's not like a wrong impression he had. It's just that every now and then Nurgle armies will accidentally get speed cheese, and it's fucking weird. Just every now and then they will be able to go as fast, and you'll be like, "What the fuck? No, that's not right. You are the slow army." But I was born to go as fast. Yeah, I can see why they cut it. It's one of those things that you're like, it's like it's not. I don't think it was ever broken. Like I don't recall. There was like a period I think because like I still keep up with stuff even when I'm not actively playing it. From what I understand, Magakin did pretty well in third edition, but the rework to the disease rules and stuff like that just meant that like a lot of armies like were extremely pillow fisted, and then also a lot of their resistances stuff just kind of got cracked by other armies pretty easily around this battle. Might also just make the mouths shiny in the middle as well. Yeah, the wheel was a fun idea. I didn't get I didn't get to use it a whole lot. Like I said, my context for getting back into war games was I went to a G-Dub store back because like there's a period I was just before VTubing, I was getting back into Plomo of all things. I was like, oh yeah, no, there's a Warhammer store near me. I'm gonna go there and see what's up because it was like relatively close. And I went there and I ended up walking out with the Skaven Battle Tome and some stuff because I was like, I just even remember the time I was like, well, I think Skaven are neat. I just don't think I could do a Horde army. And she's like, oh yeah, no, you could do Scryer. You could do Scryer. And Scryer is cool and I love Scryer. You still needed like a bunch of bodies for Scryer. I will forever be on the like it was not the G-Dub lady's fault. It's just that like you can't know every army perfectly, and that is like one of those like little lies. Like, yeah, you can run Elite Skaven with Scryer, and maybe you can now even. Editions change and whatnot, but at least in second edition, that was just not super working out well. There we go. We got big chompies. It was fun. For context for the Wheel of Contagion, there was a mini game in Age of Sigmar third. I think second might have had it too. But basically the gist was that like over the course of the game you had this big fuck off wheel, and like different stages of the wheel would have different effects. It's supposed to be like this cycle of rotten rebirth. There's like sometimes the wheel would be like you get like extra speed or like you get extra wounding, and you had some models that had spells that could like tweak the wheel position. You could like move the wheel. Well, I think probably I forget if you can move it backwards. I know you could definitely like push it forward sometimes. And it was really, really neat because like, I don't know. I know it's considered very board gamey, but I kind of really like stuff like that. I think having a mechanic like that to kind of juggle around is like really, really neat. Definitely not like a for everyone thing, but for me, I like it a lot. Blood Nurglings at Mach 5. The Nurglings would be so happy when they explode. They'll be like so jazzed and just immediately combust into goop. All right, speaking about goop, yay, Krill Gloss Medium, baby. Big old thing of it. And it's time to goop the lads. Sip before I goop the lads. Yeah, slightly bigger brush for this. So, yeah, we're gonna slime them up real good. So my thought process is like for the way I did my garlic boys. I did a bunch of layers of gloss medium on their eyes to make them look extra like weepy. So I'm thinking that if I just like cover every boil with that, like maybe like 2 or 3 times, they'll look just like extra weird and kind of like slimy and infected. Oh god, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, the funny thing is, like, arguably I mean, the new ones are cheaper, yes, but they're not that much cheaper. Like, just to be like, by the time that they're like, fine, you know what, fuck it, plastic Globineers. Like, the price of the game has increased. And, like, I think they're like now like $7 a model instead of 10. Really, now it's the convenience of plastic and the fact that you could get all of them in one go. You could just like open a box and they're there, not having to like get them one at a time monopose. I do think it's like genuinely better now for that. But it's like, man, they for a while, the Globadiers was like a model I really, really wanted, but then by the time they were released, I'm like, I painted a bunch of Skaven stuff, and I've been enjoying Skaven stuff, but like I don't really need to get into Skaven as an army, so I'm not like super really doing that. Yeah, my garlic. Oh yeah, I was about to say too. I think I mentioned was starting to mention earlier that there is another garlic army. There's another rootling based army, which is what my garlic guys are, where you can give them guns, and I don't have any with guns yet for that. So I might be doing more. I might be doing more garlic boys in the future. I was gonna make the mouth shiny just because this one does. Yeah, I think that was to kind of like yeah try to sell me on the like it wasn't even like full like they did have rat ogres. Well, no, they did. Okay, they did have rat ogres when I was in the, but like they were shitty enough and old enough that no one really ran them. I was thinking about doing the ones with a gun. I was thinking about doing them as black garlic, like maybe doing like white eyes with some like cataracts. Where it's like they're like I kind of like the idea that the regular garlics are kind of like weirdly insidious, but they're happy go lucky. Where the lore I'm teasing around in my brain is it's like they're very nice and helpful and they'll do whatever people say to make them happy. But like they're one of those things that like it'd be really happy if you make me really happy if you stab that guy over there. And I'm like, okay. Or like if somebody fell on the battlefield, they'll try to like entwine their nervous system with theirs so they can like stop them from dying. But then you kind of live your life as a horrible garlic shambling puppet thing. And then the black garlic guys I'm gonna have them is like, oh, these are ones that get a little bit of self awareness. The ones that kind of realize that like the ones that are like, I no longer wish to make people happy, wish to make myself happy, in like horrible like malignant garlic ways. I like my Ugu cuteness with a little bit of body horror stuff. That's fun. I mean, that's what turnip really is. It's whimsy and body horror. And like equal-ish measures. There's a lot of body horror. There's a lot of body horror in turnip, but a lot of whimsy. So you get. I think more people focus on the whimsy. I do like the whimsy. I'm not anti-whimsy. Everybody here knows that I am a big fan of whimsy. I got my little spinny propeller hat. I got my big lollipop. I have whimsy in my heart, but do really like body horror stuff. And Turnip gives me a lot of cool options for that. I get a lot of cool options for that. It's great. Got here. Slime mouth. I might also like the tricky thing is none of their heads are directly like aligned with the ground. Like I think I might still try to do Uhu glue eventually and try to like get that interior to be really goopy. I think that would be cool for sure. But I kind of would love it if I could get it to go all the way to the ground, but there's just not enough ground to really make that feasible. Last whimsy. Race me up. But yeah, the I got some turnip stuff cooking. I also am going to be doing so. This is a little spoiler for what's going on next week. I have primed one of my Mordheim 3D printed houses, and I want to paint it on stream. I haven't painted a big house thing in a while, so this is gonna be fun. I'm pretty excited about that. Get up in your gullet, my guy. This takes a while to dry, so I think I'm gonna have to give them a little bit of attention elsewhere. I thought, ooh, hey, let's go, let's go. How you doing, Acid? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. These are going to be giant rats for Mordheim, and then also the plague novices are these guys, but they're still drying a bit. They got hit with some enamel washing, so they're currently just drying. And I'm probably going to touch up the skin later just to kind of like really even them out a bit. Yeah, here I got contact. Here I can show you the thumbnail for what the one I'm going to be doing. It's this one. There we go. The 11 Turpentine Alley. I have it primed. I'm seeing what I'm doing is I'm using like Rust-Oleum primer, which is like satin brown, so it's got a bit of a sheen to it. So I'm hoping that eventually that will dull down when I work on it. So, but yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about that. Okay, these guys will be drying. What's like a nice quickie thing? I can work on this guy. A little sneaky peek. This guy is not a rat. This is a turnip model. He's doing pretty good. Yeah. Let's get a little bit of metal. He's got like a couple little bits of metal I want to hit up, which would be good. Which would be good. Wait for the goop. I guess I could blow dry. first. I'll just get a little bit of metal on him anyway. Watch out there. Look like an entire separate container of that same color because it's really, really good. I do keep seeing all these videos about the new Vallejo. Like, okay, I haven't directly watched them, but I know that there's like the new Vallejo metallic line. I can't enough videos. So I guess I know there are videos out there for it, but I've seen like Instagram reels and other stuff. It's like, oh, that looks. Oh, these look really. It's. I wish Vallejo would stop being like really shady because all their products are really good. Just stop being a dick with the fucking just stop being dicks with the union stuff. I might need to double check on it. I think I've mentioned it's been a while since I checked in like what their union status is. If it's doing better, that'd be great. Ah, that's got a little metal bit here. It'd be like really rough little metal bits. This is gonna be like a flag bearer for my turnip stuff for my turnip gene stealer project, which is I'm still gonna work on a little bit more on probably Thursday then. I think next week is gonna be another triple mini painting week. I'm I might have some further scheduled changes cooked up for the week after that I'm currently looking through some stuff. So I'll keep you posted on how that's gonna work. Nothing too bad though. I'm workshopping some schedule changes to maybe help give I think I need a little bit more free time to myself because I don't have a lot. So I'm looking what I can do to shift around some hours. So I want to try to keep as much like general stream time and everything, but just see what I can do to like shuffle them a bit. Not like so he's got like metal here over the gene stealery bits because some amount of time on there. Then it's like the crease of his arm, a little bit of chainmail. Yeah, so like got this like in a weird spot in the bottle because it's like I go like right here, like the sash I'll need to get. There we go. Excellent, lad. Well, I'm doing a little okay. Smidgen right here. I feel so I use a lot of the turnip like core helmets. So like I know I've seen this one before. I think this is the first time I actually properly painted it as a mask. Usually I just kind of paint it as like one big weird helmet, but I think as a mask it looks way better on this guy. All right, how are my rats doing? Lost bullshit. I'm gonna pull up my blow dryer again. Just hit up the. How you doing, Velion? I'm actually painting rats. Painting rats is a real and true thing that I'm doing. Seeing if I can kickstart speed this. No, these are for Mordheim. Actually, I'm going to be doing some Mordheim. Like I'm not playing in a Mordheim game anytime soon, but I want to have a Mordheim warband ready to go. Like I feel like I need to be ready. Like it's like there could be Mordheim at any point in my life, so I must prepare. Looks like this is still going to take a while to dry, but that's fine. Oh, how you doing, Frankenstein? Oh, shit. Oh, we also got This Mechanic Games. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I bet you two nerds both doing Helldivers. Also, you doing MD, that's me. And looks like that's right. And how's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimico from the miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And how's the hell diving? How's the hell diving? I'm working on some rats for Mordheim, so I got these two guys. Along with these two, I'm currently doing some blow drying to see if I can speed up the gloss that I'm putting on their boobos. And also, yeah, all my stuff's delayed. What the fuck? Also, how you doing, This Mechanic Games? Thank you for the follow and welcome. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good for the rat painting. I've applied a acrylic gloss medium to the mouths. Oh, okay, that's another thing I gotta get, actually. I got it for the mouths and then also for the pustules. So I'm currently doing like a quick little blow dry just to get it a little bit better, a little bit drier. Hey, glad you had a fun time. Helldivers 2 is one of those games that I've been meaning to play, and I just never got around to it. I know there's a friend of mine. He's like, "How you gotta?" I've been playing Helldivers all weekend. You gotta give it a go. So all these bases were done with a DAS modeling clay and a roller. So some of the edges you can see that like little bit of terracotta. And I need to hit that up. I'm gonna do charred brown. Just get that. Yeah, that's one of those things. It's like if I had like a dedicated group, I think I'd be more jazzed for that. But I also don't have time for a dedicated group, so it'd be kind of pointless. But it does seem neat. Maybe one of these days I'll crack and get Helldivers, but I don't know when. This guy's got like just that like little bottom level of like the terracotta. I don't know why I decided to get my. I think it's just that's the only one they had. Like I think all the white clay and like I don't know what other colors it comes in, but I think definitely white is one that goes out a lot. Terracotta seems to remain at the shop, like the not shop the Michaels. I get this shit at Michaels just because like there's not I don't know where else you would get it from really. Oh shit, I have a good idea. Magnets. There we go. I was like, I want to grip the bottom of this, but I don't want to get brown paint everywhere. Hey, there we go. Fucking magnets, how do they work? Indeed. Just trying to get all that like terracotta color as best as I can. Wait, what about this edge? No, no. See, I don't know if I would trust randos, but that seems like that there is also kind of a fun rando experience of just like just seeing some idiot just detonate themselves on accident. This and eventually I'm going to be painting this rim black anyway, but I just want to try to catch up that like under area. So put down my mouth and then get a little bit more. Go. I love holding. I almost like I love holding toothbrushes in my mouth. I mean, I guess I do because that's how you brush teeth. Oh, only just fish just went off. Yeah, maybe for kind of like Ivel and Robert, what you're saying, it's like I think it's probably like where you fall on that like wall. Something goofy happens and a teammate fucks everything up. I can't imagine if you're like I want to get better at this game. I want to get like the better gear and like rise in rank and whatnot. Dealing with randos is probably hell. But like if you're just there for like every now and then you're just having fun with some goofs. I could see just watching a rando just fuck everything up could be amusing. I do think it's neat that the game can kind of hold both those perspectives, but yeah, I could see pros and cons for both of it too. This fucking terracotta stuff. Luckily, for the most part, it did not overlap the base too much. But for these, I think these are the ones that were the most egregious. I don't know if I'm gonna do this rolling style again because like I do think a cobblestone base does feel very Mordheim, but also like I don't know. There's other styles of base I could do instead. Kind of would love just to get like a bunch of cobblestone bricks, but like apparently still the best way to get bricks is to get a fucking proxon and one day I will get a proxon. The thing that's holding me off is I know proxons are like the gateway to like the next level of terrain, but it's like yeah, I spent like 4 hours making bricks. And that's quick. That is like in painting terms, making those bricks out of the foam is real. That's really fast compared to doing it like hand style. But that is just like, oh god, that's gonna be like another big fuck off time sink. Those guys are drying now. Then while they're drying, we'll go back to you. Specifically, I want to do one more layer of turquoise on the flag. Missing square bases. I don't think so. I I'm mixed on square bases myself. I think that there are certain armies and games that square bases make a lot of sense. Like back when I was playing Age of Sigmar, When I was playing Age of Sigmar, trying to move like 40 rats on rounds was awful. Um, but like I like him for skirmish games and stuff. I don't think I'd want to ever do like I know Mordheim can be a skirmish game on square bases. I know you can do square base Mordheim. I don't think I would want to because I also might want to use the minis for other war games, but that's also fine. Yeah, I mean the thing is bricks are always going to be a little irregular because also like the way to really make bricks look nice is you put them in one of those tumblers with rocks, so like it really beats the fuck out of them. I think it's mostly just like you can just spend an afternoon and make like so many bricks. And I think it's also that thing. It's like, so imagine like you can sit down and you can make a bunch of bricks and you're like, okay, I can make a decent amount of bricks. With a decent amount of bricks, I work on like X size project. And let's say you can make like 3 times the amount of bricks in the same amount of time. A lot of times I think those kind of people who are doing these sort of like mini craft, these like terrain crafting projects, they're not like, oh boy, I can make bricks 3 times as fast. I don't need to, I have some extra time for myself and for other things. I think what they do is they're like, I can make bricks 3 times as fast. I'm going to make projects to require 3 times as many bricks. We'll make just like gigantic fucking like that's the reason for the Dyson devs guy. He just a guy he's on YouTube and he does really good Mordheim terrain. But this fucker will be like, well, first I made 1 billion bricks and then I layered them one by one by one by one by one, and it looks nice. But I'm like, oh dear God. And I do think that and like maybe like if he didn't have access to that, he would be less brick heavy. Yeah, I am using American pink foam. I know that there's like better blue foam and stuff. So basically, every bit of pink foam that I use, I got so much. So at the beginning of COVID, like I think I got like basically like a gigantic thing of pink foam for like 30 or $40. It was a lot. It was so much fucking pink foam. And the nice thing about that is like I'm still like I'm not like tearing through it. Like I'm a lot of the projects I need don't require pink foam. But oh my god, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. Yeah, it's like I look at Jeremy's stuff and it looks really nice, but it's like there's like he did like this like ruined church thing too, which I was like, ooh, that looks really good. He had like a where it's like basically a lot of those style projects where it's like, okay, step one is you create a frame out of foam core and then you lay bricks around it. And it does end up with like a really good looking house, but I'm like, God damn, so many bricks. It's so many bricks. So like maybe I would be able to get enough bricks on my own, maybe. So I don't need to put any more shine in the mouth. That's good enough shine for the mouth. The pustules and stuff. That's there we go. I could also maybe mix a little bit of, so I'm torn because on one hand I could totally mix some called I could mix some color with this, but I actually do wonder if like sometimes I've done that for just for like slime effects. But I think having it be clear almost feels more disgusting in a weird way. It's like because sometimes it'll like discolor it and take away from it, but it's like you see just like a singular pustule with like a sheen to it. And that kind of like clear pus that I think would be good. I can always go over it later if I really want to bring some color in with the pus stuff, but I don't think I need it for this. Really absorbent. There we go. There. But yeah, I also need to check on Jeremy's stuff. So he's doing the same thing that the Miscast Minis guy, I believe, where he's uh doing that like once a day format. And I've been watching the Miscast guy stuff more or less daily. Like I'll miss a day every now and then, and I'll go back and I'll just watch like 2 or 3 in a row. I think Jeremy Black Magic Craft has done a very similar thing, and I've not seen anything that came out of that. I think those are neat. I really like those kind of like hot like once a day video log of like vlog style project things. It's just those are not really feasible unless you like make money for just doing the streaming stuff. Like apparently, I saw in one of the videos that the Trevor Miscast is. I think he's more or less sustaining himself with these daily videos. It's like a really tight threshold of money for that. And then I think I don't know how I think that the guy who does Black Magic Craft, I think that's also his day job. I think he's also doing that thing that like when you become like a mini content creator guy, whatever. I think eventually you do kind of move also into like your kind of like play testing games and making your own game and going on like the convention circuit. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh boy. Oh, the stretch is good. Oh, that's good. Nice. Oh, hell yeah. I was gonna do another like, oh god, where's my shamrock ring? I got it. It's right here. Yeah, because I remember like there's like another example of that. So it's like there's a long running tabletop RPG podcast called System Mastery that I've enjoyed for many many years, and those guys have kind of really gone like through more or less everything. So originally they were doing that. They were just doing it was basically like two guys doing like a role play game review podcast for like usually kind of the like the older and jankier sort of books. Um, so like they did that, and then they kind of branched into like also like doing reviews for like movies and TV shows. And then they joined a podcast network and started doing like actual plays with them and then making their own like cookbook and then like an actual game that they were selling. They bought I think they either bought Tales of the Floating Vagabond or the license was offered to them and they made a second edition, which Tales of the Floating Vagabond was a very like slapstick 90s RPG. Like it's like you see them every now and then. You probably see them more in the indie space, but there's over the years there's been attempts at comedy TRPGs. Like the one that I always think of the most is Human Occupied Landfill, which was like edgy 90s to TRPG. But the thing that's I still think is like I would like to own a physical copy of Whole. It's not a great game, and it's like it's very try hard 90s humor, but the sort of the gimmick of Whole is that what's it called? It's handwritten. Nothing in that there is typed, and there's like little bits where they get like the waitress at the diner they were working on to like sign the page, and they're like crossing shit out. Which on one hand, it's like as a piece of like art, it's a neat idea, but you're like if you want to run it as a game, and I don't think it's even really worth it because it's just like 90s like a 90s edgy comedy game. I don't think you're gonna get much game there. But yeah, let me see if I can find an example page of Human Occupied Landfill while that's drying. Let's see. See if I can find an example page. Here we go. Okay. Wonder how much these go for. Like I kind of assumed I think also this is written by White Wolf as their like black dog label. I wonder if like are these like I'm so used to everything of this era just roughly becoming a collector's item. So like I'm curious if you could actually buy Human Occupied Landfill for like a decent amount. Yeah, which is also weird because I think also SLA Industries as was a I've actually yeah I've seen SLA Industries for years, but I've never looked into it myself. But yeah, this is sort of what it looks like. Like this is stuff where it's like not really mentioning any of the mechanics in there. But yeah, actually this is even like relatively tame as far as whole goes. And I'm actually look at the content, but yeah, it's all handwritten. Let's see if I can find like a chart or character sheet or something. Although I'm also running into that fun thing. Oh god, there we go. Okay, okay, here we go. Here's a birth world chart. I guess this isn't even too bad either. Like I don't know. These are not like your pages where you really need info. But it's like, yeah, there we go. Here's a big fuck off handwritten chart. Good luck reading that asshole. Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like kind of it's neat. And it's also weird because in first edition you couldn't write your own character. You had to play other characters like pre-mades, and they were like the kind of like like priest guy has got like kid. I think the priest character has like kid radar and shit like that. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, I enjoy that too. The contrast between like I'm painting gross, like hideous rats, and then we got like the most like Ugyo Toho bossa nova music. I think this is are we hold on. Oh no, this is not there's some Shibayon stuff is bossa nova. Yeah, as one does. Hey Donkey Mappy, how you doing? I've been working on rats today. You like to see my rat? He's diseased. Guys, I don't think my rat's doing very good. It's all shiny and disgusting. Disgusting. I might tweak those. See, these guys, like, I figure out, like, at what level I can begin, like, fucking around. But I could probably do a little bit of paint tweaking. So I'm gonna do Ivory Tusk, and where's the fur? Oh, this is Clan Skaven. They're, not Skaven. This is Clan, Pestilence. They're not really doing that covered in fur thing very well. There we go. Gonna do like a little bit. I'm gonna use the ivory tusk, and I'm gonna use some stuff to that rat ain't right. I tell you what. I tell you what. Gonna use that. I'm gonna use that like Joe Sonia's magic Sonia every time. What's it called? Joe Sonia's magic mix. That kind of like it lowers the. It's basically I think it's very similar to Noosh actually, where it's like it makes the paint take longer to dry. I like mixing paints up with that and then like really thin it out with like a little bit of water for like glazing purposes. Makes a very very nice texture, not texture, consistency. There we go. Well, yeah, no, all my rats aren't doing very good. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna use a brush. I'm gonna do really 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 thin. There we go. And just try to catch some of the raised areas again. Nothing too crazy. Blend the hands back, even maybe get like a little bit on the head. Hey, let's go, let's go. Hey, that's what I like. I like being like a hobby bastion. Like people can work on their shit while I'm working on shit. I always like that kind of like communal working on shit stuff. Like I know people at my shop do that with like there's like little tables I see people working on minis. It's weird. I see the tables of the painted minis. I don't see people working on them too much. So minis are getting done. There we go, getting like a nice, very. I would like to try one of these days. I do see a lot of the Grimdark Compendium guys do this with oil, like oil paints. Like there's apparently that like they're doing tutorials with this like paint that I was like it was like abalone dead flesh or whatever. It was an AK interactive paint. I'm like, oh shit, nice. I'm gonna grab me some of that. Apparently that paint is no longer in production. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't think that was like a bad thing for Grimdark Compendium. It's just kind of funny where it's like, oh fuck, okay. Like, I don't think there's a it's because I guess it was like a oil paint line meant for wargamers, so it had, like, more colors that would there was, like, a dedicated dead flesh tone, which is really good for this kinda thing. I like getting this, like, level wise. Like, I'll do the enamel wash and almost kinda, like, thinly glaze over it a little bit just to kinda, like, smooth it out. How you doing, the architect? How you doing? One more. How you doing? How you doing? I'm working on rats. I'm smoothing some rats as one does. And get this like really, really glaze-like consistency. Seems to be doing pretty well. So just going in there, getting it like really, really thin, hitting up some of these raised areas. Especially because on the back eventually I'm gonna have to add some like glossy shit too. I probably want to bring out some of the grings like kind of like buried in there. Got like a dark patch on there. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, that's always the thing too. It's like I've had people ask to be like, do you like yeah, just want to do like a hobby day at the shop, and like conceptually I'm on board, but it's like I'm such a like I cannot. Maybe if I was like I'm just gonna bring like my Horus Heresy Tac Marines. What do I need to do with them? I need to paint bases, and I need to do like some armor stuff. Like that is legitimately a project I need to do. Where it's like I could bring the paints I need for those in advance. So it's like I kind of know what that needs. I could do that, but for like the rat stuff, I don't fucking know. Like I sometimes when I worked on the Gene Stealer guys, I planned out what I needed in advance because I need to pick up some paints. But if we're talking about entirely just like at the spur of the moment, I just kind of do whatever. Which means if I don't have my whole group of tools, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? What doth life? I need to like re-highlight a little bit, maybe. Specifically like getting around like that like face area and whatnot. There we go. I think the adding this extra glazy bit is doing pretty good, especially because like if I do it like really thin with this kind of like sickly white, it does kind of make them look like really sallow, which I enjoy. Like schmoove it around like that. This might be almost too much. Like I think that might almost looking a little. I can always darken it a bit too later. He's looking. Let me get that side of his face. Let me get that real quick. Handsome lads, they're doing so good. Oh my god, I got like 20 minutes. I can get like a decent amount. Oh god. Little I almost might want to go back into the teeth area because it's where it's like I washed them, but I don't think it really did as much as I would have liked. I could also use I'm also realizing that I don't always need to use enamel washes. Like all these guys' teeth. Yeah, like that those teeth turn out fine. Maybe what I'll do for the ones I feel like need to use it again is I might just take a speed paint and I just like really thin it out. Like that might not be a bad way to go. Bits like that. It's also kind of how I did the flesh for my homunculus guy. Man, I'm so sad. I brought my new sultanate my basically I had to redo my sultanate list just because like the new pick up and play standards 800 ducats and the new and the finalized Trench Crusade stuff. And my I've used an artillery rich before and she's done like pretty good work. I got my shit wrecked hard. I was like spending blood markers to get her to stop hitting me, and it didn't work. Where my friend's artillery witch hit my Tarquin homunculus and fucking one shot it. I think he one shotted a different unit with that as well. It was like, oh man, it was brutal. I don't think I've ever been rocked as hard in a Trench Crusade game. Like towards the end, the only way I could have won was through like killing, but everybody in his army had 3 armor on it. So that part was really difficult and just did not happen. I was hoping with the alchemist with the sniper rifle, because if you roll double sixes with the sniper rifle, you get 2 extra dice and you ignore armor, which is like, hey, really good armor cracking. And I just never rolled 2 sixes. I was rolling 6 dice and could not get 2 sixes on them, which is, not crazy odds to get that, but I was hoping for something, and I did not. It was pain, agony even. Hey, you, this handsome. Yeah, it's rough, but it's fun though. War games are fun. Let's say Molder. I think Molder probably makes the best cheese because, like, you gotta. I'm not sorry, not Molder, Pestilence. My bad. Um, you know, you get the real stank on there. Get them like really really crazy fancy cheeses that like are basically like, oh no, they're probably I don't know if that's actually gonna be good. There's not like one cheese you're not allowed to buy because it is just like it has like active live maggots in it. Like I know that's one of those like really fancy cheeses that like is like also like the US is like, no, don't, no, please. Please don't fucking eat maggot cheese. But as well as I also like, I don't know. I don't even know how that would taste. Like, I feel like that'd almost be bad if it's getting to that point. Maybe it's one of those things that like my palate would never be refined enough to truly enjoy the maggot cheese. Who knows? Who fucking knows? But every time I would see it, I'm just like, oh god, that's not good. For some people, that's probably a positive though, where they're like, that little bit, the like the I'm sure some people only have tried that cheese because it's like, yeah, that's you're not allowed to have this, and it looks bad. Like most people wouldn't eat it, so I think for some people that's probably a feature and not a bug. They're like, "Oh, I can't get this cheese? Oh, I want it more. I want the forbidden cheese." Yeah. Yeah, just like didn't if I even if you didn't like I can't I think you could probably swallow live maggots fine and be fine, but it's like still it's like just like I don't know. I'm not somebody who's squeamish about bugs, but the idea of just a bunch of them just like wriggling around my mouth is like not that's not a good time. That's just not a great time for me personally. Not a big fan of that's nice as I would have liked. There we go. Yeah. I've never been a big blue cheese guy either. So I feel you on that. It's like one of those cheeses that I kind of assumed that eventually at one point as an adult I would get into, but I have not cracked the magical like I know it's good apparently for like certain salads and whatnot, but it's I've never acquired taste for it. How you doing, Black Roses? How you doing? I am painting rats, and it's actually going really, really well. I have appropriately enameled these fuckers, and now I am currently doing very, very, very light glazes to try to like sort of like make the skin a bit more sallow. It looks like it's working pretty well. Pretty I'm pretty happy with the weird, streaky, gross skin. Yeah. How you doing, Tundra Crusher? How you doing? How you doing? Rats. Look at these sick fucks. I love them. They're so good. Need also get more too, so I could run them in turnip. Looking for little raised areas just to kind of blaze hit up. Good. How you doing? How you doing? Doing well? Hell yeah, let's go, let's go. I've been doing pretty good. I gotta play some Trench Crusade today and do a little organization, prime some buildings I'm gonna be working on later. So I'm pretty excited about that. Ooh, okay, so I could actually work on their daggers a little bit. Hey, let's go, let's go. Somebody in my magic group posted that they got the Arbites kill team. I was thinking about maybe doing Brood Brothers if because I can actually probably cludge together something for that. I could probably oh fuck I should have used this. This is the skin I meant to use for oh, okay, it's fine. It still looks good. I think it's roughly the same color anyway, so it's like not the biggest deal. Man. Where's this? Oh, I put it up. Oh, I could do leathery brown. No, let me get proper orange. Orange brown, baby. So yeah, I don't know if that's gonna like change the kill team playing at my with my friends group. As soon as he's like, "Yeah, I picked these up. They seem cool," I'm just like, let me know. Do you need paints? Do you need paints? What you need?" Like I just got like a real fucking energized for that. I do. I like it. I like getting people in the minis. I just saw that. Also, Kill Team. Kill Team is a game that I have not tried yet, but it does feel like it'd be more my alley. Like I probably have enough between I know Death Guard's got a kill team. I probably might have enough for the Space Marine kill team as well. I would need to double check. Oh fuck, I didn't do the dark red rust. Hold on. I need to build up some layers real quick. I went a little I did not get the brown rust first. So I'm gonna scoot you off. Let's get you. Or did I? No, I think I did actually. Fuck, hold on. Did yeah, okay. Maybe just like another layer then, because it almost feels like they were like two. Let's get on there and then just there we go. Yeah, it's something that like maybe I'll try out. I mean I'd like to. It's more just like does it take off with my local group or not? So do the other thing where I just kind of make the buboes a little brighter. I can that's get a lot of mileage out of this buff color. It's been really really good. A little bit more on there. But yeah, it's another thing. It's like I like Magic, but if I can convince my group to also try wargaming stuff, that would be neat. I like it. They don't have two wargaming groups. Wow. Yeah, I know there's a lot of like special like tactics cards and a bunch of other stuff. Like it seems neat. I just have not. It's one of those things. Like I think for a while I was very dead set on getting the Night Lords one because like Night Lords are I do think Night Lords are cool. But for me, it almost feels like the idea of having a Night Lord's army doesn't really work because whenever I see them, they're always like some band of chuckle fucks and not like, ah, yes, a fully fledged Night Lords. Like, I know they exist. Like, I know Night Lords do occasionally like fuck up planets and whatnot. They even did that in the Alpha Legion book. Oh, God. I know. A little bit there. There we go. Back at tabletop. Hey, let's go. Let's go. I wish you best of luck in getting back into tabletop stuff. It's fun. I just need a sharper brush, man. Probably need to get some new brushes. No, I still got okay. Still got like a bunch over there. I'm at that point that like weirdly enough the unicorn goop is actually helping my brushes maintain a point. But the thing is, it's like at the end of the day, it's brush conditioner. It can only do so much, and a lot of these brushes are just like old. Like I'll strip all the paint out of them, and like I'll hit them with the goop, which is solidified for some reason. I still don't know how I got paint goop that was solid, but it is still fine. Still works. Debating if I want to try to like brighten up the like because a lot of the green areas do seem to have like caught around here. So it's like it looks like it's doing shit. I also might need to apply like some degree of highlighting on that just to like really sell. It's like I could also just make all of it glossy. I could just make it so that like if it's like any amount of green, it's got some gloss to it just to make it look like fully diseases. Oh yeah, I can also use I got some of those like enamel greens too. I got some of that like enamel slime. Kind of neat for that. We got the time to use it tonight, maybe. We'll find out. We'll find out. Oh, fuck. I gotta also go back to this horrible, horrible thing at the tippy top. Well, if this is this. So once again, this is just me chopping off the horn that was at the top and then filling this with Mr. Dissolve putty. And so I created this like popped blister. Oh, God, this is gross. How you doing, Brian? Welcome, welcome, welcome. By painting a pop blister. How is Strike Commander? For people who might not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimicoth. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And I'm actually painting rats, honest to God, for Mordheim. It's turned out pretty good. Having a pretty solid rat time right now. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, we just get ad break right during the... Okay, we will wait till you all get out of ad jail, which should be soonish. Don't mind about that. And I wouldn't like it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm using like this kind of like buff, which is a very like white yellow for that. Like I could use a bright yellow, but I think at that point it doesn't really look like I don't know. I don't know. I think right now I'm enjoying the way it's looking for the so far, so I probably won't change the recipe too much. Not a terrible idea though. Wing Commander. Oh, okay, okay. That sounds pretty neat. Sounds pretty legit. That's weird nonsensical back plus thing. There we go. So how you doing, Pet Rock? How you doing? We'll look 100% more. Oh yeah, I have to imagine. Yeah, if you're doing stuff in the Middle East during like kind of like Wing Commander stuff, you're probably doing mercenary bullshit. Sounds pretty legit though. Sounds pretty legit. I don't know who Chris Roberts is, but I have to assume that his name has some weight behind it. I know nothing about any sort of military stuff whatsoever, or those kind of games. I am clueless entirely. All I know is Warhams and rats. Oh, it's a Star Citizen guy. Wait, isn't Star Citizen? Did that ever come out? I thought Star Citizen was still, like, in development. I didn't know he could work on other games when Star Citizen's still, like, a thing. I could be wrong, though. I will fully admit that my knowledge of Star Citizen is very kinda Oh, that's fair. Just love the I just love the kinda like, eh, almost done. So the multiplayer's done then? Is that right? Is that a thing? Wait, are they just now in the alpha state? That game has been in development for so long. I remember when it was like, ooh, Star Citizen, the shining example of a kickstarted video game back in like 2014 when that was like a thing that was cool. Like I love Kickstarter to pieces. Uh but there was definitely I remember like that was kind of like, yeah, no, this is the shining example of what a kickstarted game can be. And then I guess it just never still been working on it. If they're getting hit with feature creep, that explains a lot actually. Feature creep fucks up projects hard. Rusty dagger for all the lads. There we go. It's done alpha. Oh boy. All right. Let me see. I done it? Oh shit. Okay, I never got this guy any orange either. Weird. I did. Yeah, rat painting has been going good. I guess I did real. It's really tricky. But this brush is so fucked up. It's just the right size though. So I'm like, okay, I either get it like really too thin or too thick. But looks like it's going. It looks like it's doing legit. In the drive. Ah, okay. So eventually, so the single player is going to be done soon, in theory, or it's going to be alpha soon, and then the multiplayer is still just kind of a lingering, horrible thing in the distance that like someday might get released, maybe. Star Lancer and Freelancer. I get you. Oh, that's the worst when it's like there's like a linchpin paint that you're like, please, I need that to be done. Why do I like these rats aren't super complicated? So it's like, what else do I need to do? I could Uhu glue the rats. Where's my Uhu glue? I don't think I've Uhu glued on stream. It'll be fun. Let's go. Oh, where's my tray? I got like a little metal tray that I just use for like my putties and whatnot, so that's fine. Correct chapter based on the AT band. Hey, let's go. That sounds like fun. Hell yeah. I just got toothpicks all over the floor. This fucking sucks. Hold on. Chotomate. All right, let me roll this back. Oh, I got two toothpicks. Bad. There we go. All right, so I got my thing of Uhu glue. For context, Uhu glue is really, really, really stringy glue. And you're like, why do you want really, really stringy glue, Hal? It's because it is probably one of the best effect glue you can do for drool and slime and stuff like that. I've basically never used Uhu glue for gluing things. Like, I'm aware conceptually you can use Uhu glue as a glue. I don't have any reason to ever do that. I got like it. I put it on my. There we go. I put it on here. Well, it's just to kind of like. There we go. Hey, you just kind of stick it in the mouth. You let it grip onto something, and you pull it away. And that's Uhu glue. You're like here. Kind of do it like that, and there we go. I did not need. Yeah, you can also mix it with paints too for stuff. I found that whenever I mixed it with other colors, the like stickiness of it kind of got fucked up. Oh yeah, but yeah. Oh, people love this shit for Tyranids, yeah, because like Tyranids are just covered in just like gooey mouths. In that case, it's like fucking perfect. But for like rat stuff, pretty solid as well. Got like a little chin. I want There we go. I could even maybe do like a little bit more in the back. Oh, wait, it picked up some like white or something. Oh no, hold on, fuck. I think I should not have done it on this tray. I think it just picked up like a straggler. Oh, that's not good. Hold on. Maybe I could just remove all of the glue from its mouth. Oh no, now it got Uhu glue on its back. Fuck. Hold on. I'm dealing with a series of unfortunate events. Okay, this is not great. I think I can. Okay, there's still a little bit of something in the back of his mouth. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch it. And then I'll just go back in then later, maybe paint it like a blood effect or something like that. Hey, doing Noise Marine. How you doing? I'm actually painting Mordheim rats today. So no Marines, unfortunately. Oh, that was so there's a STL of from a guy called Fox Warrior who basically was like, ah yes, what if we made a dreadnought out of Space Marine? And to date, that is the most popular mini I've ever painted. And I just sometimes leave them on there. They're funny. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, you're doing a full cosplay setup. Fuck yeah, let's go. I am doing little rats, and the rats seem to be treating me pretty well for the most part. Is that one of them I have to go in and like do something to his mouth, whether I just like tint that? Yeah. I'm fully of the belief that the whitey tidies are what really sell it. Like, a lot of things are like weird and naked in 40K, but very little have briefs. Like when you think 40K, briefs are not the underwear you imagine. At least I would say so. I don't know what underwear I would say. Probably some like weird like utilitarian set of boxers or whatever. Space Marines, I don't think Space Marines really got armor because they got the black carapace. They probably don't need it. And a lot of times they're I guess it's also a lot, it's a very robe setting too. Guys got some goop. All right. And then with that, it is time to wrap up for the night. So let's begin doing that. So let's go here. Ah. All right, thanks for coming, everyone. I had a lot of fun. Schedule-wise, this is next week's schedule is very similar to this one. I actually did not update anything, except for No More Immortal. I'm going to be doing a mini painting stream on Thursday as well. The plan is Tuesday, building. Thursday, more Gene Stealers. Wednesday, I have a couple of movies in mind for Wednesday. I think still probably something Lord of the Rings. And then Saturday, more Alice, and Sunday, I will be painting something, and I don't know what. So yeah. Also, realize I need to. Now that everything's like messed up, I gotta get back into the habit of showing off the fridge. But yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. I'm gonna cut all the YouTube people loose. So bye, YouTube people. And let me see who is on.